Welcome back to the Robinson Replay. Another week of amazing picks. This week with no guest, though. Thank you so much for Marie for being on last week. We have a Christmas special. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody that is listening, tuning in. We got some Christmas Day games in the NFL and the NBA that we're going over today. Talk a little NCAA from last week here. How you doing, Dad?
Doing great. Got a lot of sports activities over the next several days between college bowl games, NBA, NFL is on Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Lots of sports going on in this busy holiday season. My favorite time is the old sports.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas to us.
All
So
right.
this is the college football playoff bracket here, how it stands. We got the lines as they stood like a day or two ago, so they may not be up to date. The lines for the next week's game. So the first game that's going to take place here is OSU Miami next Wednesday. That will be New Year's Eve night.
Yes.
But for this focus, we'll just talk a little bit about last week and how those games shook out. What did you think, Dad?
Well, I went 4-0. I had a good.
You did have a good week.
I did have a good week in college there. I was 4-0. I didn't expect that Texas A&M and Miami game to be so low scoring. I mean, it was a defensive battle, and then Mark Fletcher, the running back, started to get some good runs. I think he had like 165 yards, something like that. He's going to be a factor there for Ohio State to really have to stop him. You know, Alabama came on at the end. They rallied to beat Oklahoma, and now they're going to play Indiana. That's going to be a really tough game. But of course, our bottom teams there was Mississippi and Tulane and Oregon JMU. And first, that Mississippi Tulane game was just an utter blowout. It was completely blown out. The other one was a blowout, and Oregon thought they had won, so they let them back in a little bit in the second half. But it was still always in question. The only thing that ticked me off about that game is they didn't cover the spread. So that one sort of disappointed me. But besides that, it just proved that, you know, those two teams just really don't belong in a college playoff setting. You need high caliber teams that are playing high caliber teams. It's the way it should be. And hopefully the committee comes back next season and makes some changes with that.
Yeah, is that like set in stone already for next year? For 2 years, they sign something that states this is what it has to be, or can they change that next year?
I'm not 100% sure. I do know. I mean, this year they made changes. Like last year, you know, they had the top four be conference winners. This year they changed it to the four best teams. So I think there's always some wiggle room. Now, what they signed contract-wise with the conferences, I'm not 100% on that. I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more here over the break here and see what I can find out about that. But yeah, it's crazy. I just hope they put in the best teams like should be in there.
Yeah, it's got to be that. I think they will make a change, just some small adjustments here, and it'll be better in the future. I believe so here. But yeah, definitely those teams who do not belong there. But yeah, really excited for the Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, Sugar Bowl, Cotton Bowl there. For New Year's Eve, and then New Year's Day is the rest of the games there, and so we will be picking those games next week and
next Tuesday,
diving into those.
We'll do it a day early like we did this one.
Yep. It's a quick turnaround, a lot to do in the holiday season, so we got it all. We got it all though. Yep. This is the NBA Christmas games. What do you think? Is Christmas Day more of an NBA holiday or an NFL holiday?
Well, it used to be an NBA holiday. They never played NFL for many years on Christmas Day unless it was falling on a Sunday or whatever the schedule was. Now the NFL goes out of their way and says, we're going to play bully ball and we're going to take that day to be ours because we want to make money. And that's what the NFL is all about, is making money. So they don't care if you had a tradition there or not. We're going to come and take your tradition away, and we're going to, put our games on and make some money. And of course, these games are on the first two games are on Netflix for the NFL, and the last one is on Prime. So they're not your beaten path kind of, NBC, CBS, Fox, those kind of shows. So these are all on, I believe, ESPN or
Yep.
ABC for the basketball. So
Yeah.
I think that has a little help for the NBA because it's on a regular channel. Well, if you don't have Netflix or you don't have Prime, you're not watching the games. So but it's also a way for Netflix to get more people to sign up to get their subscription so that they make more money. So it all comes back to money. I do like the NFL on Christmas Day, but I always love to watch the NBA too. We'll maybe have a split screen going that day.
Yeah. Do they have Christmas jerseys this year? I remember growing up, they used to have the coolest Christmas Day jerseys, but I don't think
I've seen anything about that. If they are, I've seen nothing about it.
Yeah, no, I bet it's not. They're probably just doing whatever cool alternates they have.
I mean, but listen, look at that schedule. They play basically from noon until after midnight on the East Coast. It's basically 12 and a half hours of NBA basketball. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
It's a great day for an NBA fan. Yeah.
It's a great day for sports. Christmas has turned into sports day. It's best day ever.
All right, well, let's get right into it with the noon start. Our Cleveland Cavaliers at New York City against the Knicks there. The Knicks are the favorite by 5.5 points in this one at Madison Square Garden. What do you think, Dad?
Well, the Cavs are slowly starting to find themselves a little bit. They got Sam Merrill back. I think he's got 6 3-pointers tonight. He's just ripping the cover off the ball tonight. And he has a really good defense about him, that he's really scrappy, takes charges, things that they really need. And I know that you'd think Sam Merrill is going to turn their whole season around. I'm not saying that necessarily, but I think he's a cog in the wheel that's really going to help. The Knicks, I know Brunson and Agbanabi, or whatever, I can't remember his name.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Also, they're both injured. I'm gonna go with the Cavs on the road. Last time we saw the Cavs and Knicks there at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
with LeBron. So I'm gonna go Cavs.
Okay. Did the Cavs win that game back then? Do you remember? Yeah, they did. Okay. I am gonna go with the Knicks in this one, having the home court advantage there in New York City. And yeah, like you were saying, Cleveland has been still struggling a little bit this year, and I think they need to make some changes, possibly some trades before the deadline.
I keep seeing that Mobley for Giannis trade. People keep throwing that out there. That would be a blockbuster. I mean, Mobley's a great young, star and everything, but he's out. He's still out. As a matter of fact, he didn't play tonight. Probably will not play on Christmas Day. Obviously, he's not the same as Giannis. So I'd have to say I'd make the trade. You got such a short window to win and be successful because of salary cap and everything else that goes on in the NBA.
Who's Guinness?
Oladipo.
Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis, Guinness.
Yeah. I was like, well, who's Guinness?
It starts with
some player I don't know. Yeah, but it's Giannis. He's Greek.
It's Guinness. Anyways,
it's Giannis. So, that would be crazy though. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the trade I'd look for. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, the Knicks are the team who have played the most Christmas Day games, and this will be their 58th Christmas Day game. So I think they were the very first team that started playing on Christmas, and so they've had quite a bit of time to play lots of them there. So now it's kind of their tradition, obviously.
Makes sense.
Next here is the Spurs at Oklahoma City. OKC is the favorite by 10.5 points. This is a 2:30 matchup right here. What do you think, Dad?
Well, it's funny because the Spurs and Thunder play tonight,
Mm-hmm.
so they're going to play 2 times in the next 3 days.
Are they playing right now
Um,
or later?
yeah, they're playing right now. They just
Uh-huh.
started.
Okay.
It's going to be interesting. The Spurs beat the Thunder to get to the NBA Cup Finals. Um, I tell you what, I really like the Spurs, but since they're playing at home on Christmas, I got to go with the Thunder. I love the young nucleus that the Spurs have, and obviously Oklahoma City still has that young nucleus too. And I just think they're going to win it at home on the Christmas day. So I got to go with the Thunder.
Yeah, I got to go with the Thunder as well. 10.5 points is quite a big spread for
Yeah, I'm
somebody who's,
surprised. I'm surprised by that.
yeah,
I would
for,
definitely, if I'm playing, I would pick Spurs with points for sure.
yeah. Well, I'm sure that
We'll
line
see what
will
happens tonight.
yeah, that's what that line will surely change if
Yeah,
the
we'll see what
Spurs
happens. See what
Spurs win
happens tonight.
tonight. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. I
Yeah,
took these lines a day ago, so yeah, could definitely change here. But yeah, Spurs are 21-7. OKC's 25-3. Both really at the top of the West there. Wemby I saw was day to day. Is he playing tonight? Do you know?
his minutes have been limited.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. He's been coming off the bench. So I'm assuming he's going to play tonight and play on Christmas Day. If he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
play Christmas Day, then I could maybe see why it would be 10.5.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I'm sure
but
he'll play and get out there, but even with, some limited minutes there, but I mean obviously
mhm,
he's a stud.
right,
Fox is a stud, but yeah, just OKC firepower right now. Shea is having another potential MVP season, so I'm
for
going with
sure.
OKC at home
Right.
there. Next is the Dallas Mavericks at the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors are favored in that one by 7.5 points. 5 p.m. start in Golden State. Well, Eastern time. It
Yeah.
wouldn't be 5 o'clock there.
Right. It'd be 2.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm really liking the Mavs lately. I love my Cooper Flag boy. He's really playing well lately. He's got a 42-point game the other day. He's doing well tonight against Denver. But I'm gonna take Golden State to win. I don't like the 7.5 though. I'm gonna take. So I'm gonna go with Golden State, even though I don't like the spread.
Okay. Golden State money line. I'm going with the
Yep.
Warriors as well. I'm going with them. Yeah, Davis, Cooper Flag, they're both averaging about 19 20 points each there. So both pretty solid, especially Flag for being his rookie year there. The Mavs are 11-19 and the Warriors are 14-15 there. So yeah, both middle of the road teams right now. Nothing too special. But Curry, I think Curry just lasting as long as he has.
Yeah.
He's averaging 29 points a game. I mean, truly special. Obviously, nobody needs to say anything more about that there with
Right.
how he can score that high powering team there. But I mean, his time is coming to a close, just like LeBron, and so it really
Yeah.
is passing the torch to the next generation in this game.
Yeah, I think though he really likes these kind of games too. Though Curry, he loves the limelight. He loves to be out
Hmm.
there having fun. The only thing is with him, I love about him is he always looks like he's having fun out there. He's always
Hmm.
smiling, chucking up threes, having a good time. I that's why I know some people don't like him, but I like him because he looks like he's having fun, and that's what it's all about to me. Is I know they make good money, but they're having fun doing it. So
Yeah, I used to not like him when he was beating the Cavs, but now I
yeah,
got
well, yeah,
a lot of respect for him.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Next here is the Houston Rockets at the LA Lakers. It's a 8 p.m. Eastern start. The Rockets are the favorite in this game by 4.5 points.
Yeah, I believe Don
Don,
Doncic
Doncic, Doncic,
is out for this game.
really?
I don't think he's going. I don't think he's going to play. I know
Mm.
he's got an injury. He's been nursing. If he don't play, they don't have a shot, as far as I'm concerned. The Rockets have been playing really well. I see the Rockets going into LA and taking the dub, and
Mm.
So I'm going to go with the Rockets.
Going with the Rockets. Yeah, it does say that it does say Luka's out. At
Yeah.
least they're playing right now and he's out. And so
Yeah.
yeah, out for Tuesday's game. Doesn't say anything about
I'm sure he's,
potential Christmas
yeah.
Day.
So definitely I would go with, that's just me, the Rockets, you know.
Yeah.
Well, they got Durant and that Thompson guy and Adams and
Mm-hmm.
that Spurgeon. What's his name?
I'm not
One
sure.
guy, Spergen. He's really
Mm-hmm.
good too. I mean, I just like the Rockets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna pick the Lakers though here. I got a stat. LeBron has the most wins on Christmas Day with 11 wins on Christmas Day, most out of any other player, and so this would be big number 12 for him. And so that's my pick is the Lakers there
Yeah, well,
with the
yeah,
upset.
all these guys that play on Christmas Day really love to play, and they really give their best game. So I expect a big game out of LeBron. LeBron had a big game the other day when Doncic wasn't in there. He had a big game that day. So he can still turn it on when he needs to turn it on. Father Time there.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna go Rockets still.
Okay. And then lastly here, the 10:30 p.m. start Eastern is the Timberwolves at the Nuggets. Nuggets are the favorite by 4.5 points there.
Yeah, this one, the Joker, you just can never count the Joker as far as I'm concerned. You're going to be playing at home. I know I've taken all the favorites in these, but I just think the Nuggets are a very good team. But Ant has been coming on strong lately for the Timberwolves.
You didn't
But
pick the Knicks.
what's that?
You picked the Cavs, right, over the Knicks.
Ant. I'm just talking about Ant,
No, I'm sorry. I just sorry to interrupt, but you said you picked all the favorites.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. I did take the
Mm-hmm.
Cavs.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
So
you got
anyways,
one upset there. Uh-huh.
okay, anyways, I'm taking the Nuggets. I'm taking the Nuggets to win this one. You threw me all off there. That's okay. It's my own fault. I looked at that wrong. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Nuggies to win this one.
Okay, taking the Nuggets. Yeah, I'm taking the Nuggets too. Like you said, the Joker man, Jokic. He is averaging 29 points per game. He has 12 rebounds a game and 10 assists. So he's literally averaging a triple double. He's also averaging 1 steal per game and almost 1 block per game too. So I mean, the dude is just insane, insane numbers right there. I mean, I think he's probably the leader for the MVP this season. He's got to be. He's got to be.
Yeah, it's funny because I mean we just said that what you call it was a minute ago.
Shea as MVP caliber season for sure.
Yes,
I
yeah.
mean they're both up there, but I mean just like stats alone, looking at Joker is just. I mean, how do
Right.
you get that stat line and not win an MVP is crazy.
Right. I know it. We'll see what happens, but
Mhm.
I'm sticking with the Nuggies.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, that does it for the NBA on Christmas Day. Now we have last week's NFL picks here.
Yeah.
You were 10-6, I was 11-5, and Marie was 9-7.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
both
we
we've
took
been starting off the week bad lately.
every week, every
Yeah.
single week we lose the first game on Thursday. It's
Yeah.
like, oh
What
my
is
gosh,
up with that?
I was like, here it goes again. The problem is the Rams should have won the doggone game. That's the problem.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were up 16 points. Seattle scored 3 2-point conversions. Unheard of to score 3 2-point conversions. The
Mhm.
Rams went ahead in overtime to go up 7. All they had to do was stop them from getting in the end zone, and they didn't do it. I tell you what, that division is unreal between them, Seattle, and the 49ers. Wow, what a division. I mean, they're going to get all 3 of those teams in there, and I wouldn't want to play any of the 3. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, even
Yeah.
though San Francisco's defense is a little shaky, I mean, obviously they got the win last night against the Colts, but I just think that their defense is a little suspect, but they're playing against Rivers last night. So, Rivers, I don't know if you saw any of the game or not, but my God, that boy, I know he's getting old and he looks like the Michelin man out there. He's really big and his ball just flutters. I can throw a tighter spiral than he can throw. He can't throw a spiral for his life. His balls, it looks like somebody's got a boom, pull. Looks like they're shooting ducks out of the air. It's amazing. I don't know. You should.
The headlines are making it seem like he was slinging it. That he was doing amazing, even
He
though they
was doing
lost.
it's almost like a push pass.
Yeah,
And I mean, he was still getting it where he needed to throw it, but I mean, obviously it's great because the guy's 44.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. I couldn't do that now, but I'm just saying for your body to hold up is amazing at that age to play quarterback. So I give him all the credit.
Yeah. Other games here, we lost the Buccaneers game there against the Panthers.
All
so
three of us did, yeah.
Panthers proving us wrong, and then also the Broncos losing to the Jaguars. Jaguars proving us wrong too. I should have trusted my gut and picked the Jaguars there. I mean,
I've picked against them forever now.
Wow. Yeah, and then
we'll
the
see
Lions
if I pick against them again this week.
And then the Lions, unfortunately, had to lie down against the Steelers. Come on.
Once again, had an opportunity to win the game twice, and they got called for 2 offensive pass interferences. Unbelievable. It just doesn't. And then, they flip it back, and Goff scores, and it didn't count because once you get offensive pass interference, it's game over when time runs off the clock, and they were just
that's crazy.
They were just getting in their own way. It was like, oh my goodness, it was sad. A lot of my Lions fans are sad that they went down with the ship there, but we'll see. They have very slim playoff chances left, I believe. So we'll see what happens.
Very slim. We'll see. They have a 7% chance. They're on the bubble,
Right.
so I mean, practically nothing there. So I don't know what they need to make that a possibility for them potentially there. But yeah, so this is the playoff zones here. We have the clinched a playoff spot here with the AFC and NFC on the left. So you got the 5 teams in the AFC that have clinched, 5 teams in the NFC that have clinched. Some in the hunt there. Obviously, the Steelers should be basically a shoe in there. The Ravens don't have much of a chance there, so they'll get in.
You said Ravens have a 3% chance?
9%
chance.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be
the Colts have a 3%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that obviously would be then that obviously Steelers have to beat the Browns, which they should, and then the Ravens have to win their last 2, and then probably some other teams have to win or lose to get in, kind of thing. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's funny on this. It says that the Buccaneers have a 57% chance of getting in, and the Panthers have a 43% chance of getting in. But the Panthers are in the hunt, and the Buccaneers are on the bubble.
Right. Well, this is the reason why they both play this week. Okay. I forget who. We'll go over this in a minute. The Panthers. The Panthers play Seattle this week. And Tampa Bay plays Miami. Okay, so if if Tampa Bay wins and Carolina loses, then they're playing each other the last week. So that'll be for all the marbles. Whoever wins that game is in.
Yeah,
because right now I think the Buccaneers are 7-8. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. Buccaneers are 7 or 8. Panthers are 8-7.
Right. So, like I said, if that scenario happens, one of the teams is going to be one game above the other team, and it's going to be for all the marbles. So that should be very, very interesting to say the least. That will be your prime time game on that last Sunday. But then again, I'm not sure if I think all the games are 1:00 on the last Sunday. So there's no advantage
Sunday?
kind of thing. Not this Sunday. I'm talking about the last Sunday of the regular season.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, but yeah. So, anyways, it's definitely interesting. I mean, like you see all these. You look at that. Out of the 5 teams in the NFC, 3 are from the West. 3: Seahawks, 49ers, Rams, and then you got the Bears and the Eagles, which I don't know. I'm just amazed by this NFC West.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we do have a ton of injuries this week. Obviously, last week's of the season here. Definitely got to look over all the injuries before making any sort of picks this week. 1,000% here. I mean, I'm not even gonna read all of it. You can see what's on here. You got some big names: the
Yeah.
Josh Allen's, Lamar, Josh
Yeah.
Jacobs, Judkins out for the year.
JJ McCarthy is out for Thursday's game, by the way. They've
Mm-hmm.
put him out. He has a hairline fracture in his hand. So they'll have Baumhauser as their quarterback for
Mm.
Minnesota. And that when he was in there, when JJ was hurt last time, it didn't go very well. Yeah. And then Minshew, who is replacing Mahomes, he's out now for the year. And they got some guy that I didn't even know he was a football player last week. I couldn't even tell you his name right now. So yeah, that's going to
Yeah,
be.
I don't
I
know
mean, the
who was
Chiefs
playing for
are
them.
officially done for the season.
And
Actually, they
they'll
actually
be moving to Kansas now. You hear that?
yes,
Yeah.
I did see that they
Hmm.
officially are moving in 2031. It's funny how all these teams now are moving out of the cities that they stay in because nobody wants to give them any money, so they're like, we out. Chicago moving possibly to Indiana. They're going across the
Yeah.
border to move to Indiana.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
you
it's
got
and both those situations, it's the states.
the states are messed. That's
Yeah.
because I'm not going to get the politics, but anyways, but
Well,
yeah,
I don't think Missouri's blue, Dad. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know what it's the cities. It's the cities. The cities are these large cities are all blue. So that's what's the part of the problem is. But anyways, that we're not going to get into that politics stuff. But needless to say, these owners want money to build these new stadiums, and even today, the Browns, the judge, they're supposed to get that $600 million on January 1st. Well, the judge has now blocked that for the unclaimed funds deal for their new stadium in Brook Park.
Mm.
So who knows what's actually really going to happen with that? It could get ugly.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what happens and how all the dust settles here soon with all these teams wanting to move to other locations outside of the city
Mhm.
limits.
Yeah, I think it's terrible. I think these teams should not try to get public funds to fund these stadiums that are only going to be used 8 times a year. And then
Well,
for all the other
not
events and everything,
necessarily the Cleveland one
they should
won't.
try to, yeah, they should try to do as much private investment as possible. Do it just like most recent one I just saw is the Chicago Fire, the MLS soccer team in Chicago, completely
Dude,
privately funded.
yeah, but you're talking NFL and MLS. It's a totally different ball game.
Oh,
Totally different ball game.
there's some other stadiums being privately funded
It's
too. I can't off the top of my head think, but
I know, but I'm just saying it's a big difference. It's a big difference. We'll see what happens. I mean,
yeah. Well, it's
and then
it's just greed and money. They just they want to
yeah,
get it.
it is.
They want to get the money, or they're going to leave, and they're going to threaten that. And
Yeah,
people are
well,
saying that our Arlington Heights for Chicago is I mean it's basically been pretty set in stone. They've had the land, they've had the plans of everything, and they're just doing this as kind of a leverage move to get
uh-huh.
more out of them. Squeeze it out. In the
Yeah.
statement they said this is not a leverage play, even though
But once
everybody
again,
knows
that's
that it's
Arlington
kind of
Heights
is.
isn't in Chicago either.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So
So
yeah, I mean, it's going to be really dicey here over the next several years with all these people wanting new stadiums because their stadiums are getting near the end of their lifeline, and people want money for new and better things because they want to get Super Bowls and have other activities, especially the ones that want to get a dome. Like I think Chicago's was going to be a dome
it
as
is. Yeah.
well as Cleveland's. I don't think Kansas City was
I
because they
think
want more.
the mock-ups I did see were
Were
a
they?
dome. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
think so.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, well, see, obviously they want more events. They want Super
But the
Bowls
Bills
and
weren't.
concerts, and no, the Bills are the Bills. Their Bills
Yeah.
are. Yeah, I think it's a different. It's way ownership, goes about it, and their
Hmm.
ownership is this is the Bills and the Bills only. So I get it.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got week 17 here, real close, and we're 8 games away from each other here, with the picks. So, it's been a good year so far, and it's coming to a close for the NFL. Playoffs about to start soon. Fun times. We got the Christmas Day games here. We
Mhm.
have the Cowboys at the Commanders. Cowboys are the favorite by 6.5 points there. It's a 1 p.m. game on Netflix at Northwest Stadium. What do you think?
Once again, this is a game I believe that they're down to their third string quarterback for Washington.
Yep.
Mariota's out. Um, I mean, I just got to go with Dallas. They're not really playing for anything, but I just think the Cowboys are going to take it to. I mean, Washington just doesn't have much left to play for, so I'm going with Dallas on this one.
Going with Dallas. I'm going with Dallas in this one too. Like you said, Commanders are a lot more beat up. I mean, Cowboys aren't really playing for anything because they did get eliminated from the playoffs. So this game
Yeah.
doesn't mean a whole lot in general here. And so I think the Cowboys are the better team and they pull it off. Next game is the Lions at the Vikings. Lions are favored by 6 points. It is a 4:30 game on Netflix at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis.
Well, this, I'm gonna try to let everybody know each game too. By the way, if it has any playoff implication, this game does still, even though Detroit is on a lifeline here, since they lost last week. But Minnesota, like I said, they're out without McCarthy now. They're down to their second stringer again, or third stringer actually, because Wentz was already out. I just think Detroit has still something to play for. They always play hard no matter what. Their coach is a fiery dude, and he just loves to push them to the max. Mason got hurt last game for Minnesota too. I just got to go with Detroit, even though they're playing at Minnesota. Even though I'm sure they're going to try their best, I just think Detroit has more firepower.
Yeah, I think Detroit is the better team here, even though they lost last week. Favored by 6 points in this one. Amon-Ra St. Brown gonna be out in this one for the Lions, but I still think they could pull it off. They should pull it off here on the road against the Vikings. So that's my pick is the Lions.
Right.
Next here is the Broncos at the Chiefs. It's an 8:15 start at Arrowhead on Prime. The Broncos are the favorite by 12.5 points.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to believe that Denver's going to go into KC and blow them out. They're going to blow them out. I mean, this has playoff implications for seeding for Denver. They want that number one seed. And Kansas City is just decimated. Rice still has that concussion. Minshew's out. Uh, you know, Denver's 4-1 in their last 5 games. Um, I just see Denver in a landslide, actually a avalanche. Um, and I think Denver's going to be the put it on them.
Avalanche. I like that. Yeah, Broncos are gonna kill the Chiefs. I think for sure. I mean, Chiefs are just so banged up. I don't even know who their quarterback is now at this
Yeah,
point with Minshew out as well.
all they're worried about now is new stadium. Get
Yeah,
Mahomes healthy.
now new stadium in 2031. Who knows if Mahomes will even still be around? Who knows? I mean,
He'll be around.
they're
Unless
6 years from now.
6 years. That's true. I mean, he should be though. I mean, these quarterbacks play forever now. Look at Philip
Yeah,
Rivers. I mean,
yeah,
these guys
true.
play forever. So
Yeah, yeah, but I
look at
mean,
Rodgers and
Travis Kelsey, you think he's going to retire after the season or get another go
I
and make the playoffs?
totally anticipate him to retire after this series. Totally.
Really?
And I mean, it's been a rough year for him. Even when they had all the health and everything was going well, it was never really went well for Casey this year. To be honest with you, it never
Yeah.
went well for them. You're always thinking, "Oh, they're going to win. They're going to win. They're going to win. They're going to come out and do better." And it never happened this year. Their offensive line was banged up. They probably should draft 5 offensive linemen like the Browns should, and protect their quarterback. I just they're in trouble for the next couple of years. We'll have to see what they do with their defense, but yeah, I'm going to definitely take the Broncos, and I think the demise of the Kansas City Chiefs is happening now.
Oof. Yeah. I think they'll turn it around, whether it's maybe another year of being okay or even a little bit bad. But as long as you got Mahomes under the helm and franchise that can draft well, which they have done in the past, they could turn it around. But the Broncos will be the winners that day on Christmas. Next game is on Saturday here. We have the Texans at the Chargers. Chargers are the favorite by 2.5 points. This is a 4:30 p.m. Eastern start at SoFi Stadium, and this is on NFL Network.
Yeah, this one has huge playoff implications. Huge. Texans are, hanging in there the last wild card spot. Chargers have been playing. Both have been playing well over the last. Texans have won 7 in a row. LA is 4-1 over the last 5. Marks is still questionable with his ankle. Denver, they had a tough battle last week. They gave up quite a few points more than their normal defensive output. I like the Chargers in this one at home. I just think the Chargers have a really good overall well-rounded team. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Going with the Chargers. Yeah, I like the Chargers in this one as well. Think they have a bit more well-rounded team, like you said. Just slight edge there at home. I mean, it really is a pickup game though, and the Texans need to win. I mean, both teams really want to win here, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chargers here. Next, we have the 8 p.m. game on Saturday at Lambeau Field. We have the Ravens at the Packers. Packers are the favorite by 2.5 points there at Lambeau. What do you think?
Once again, this has huge playoff implications. If Baltimore loses, they're done. Question is Jackson going to play? He's leaning towards playing, I heard, with his back issue that he never came back in for. Love has a concussion. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to play as of right now. So right now it's going to be Huntley versus Wills at quarterback for a playoff spot. Both teams desperately need a victory. Because, if Lions win and Packers lose and this happens, and maybe Detroit gets in, or, if Green Bay takes care of business at Lambeau, then, they could possibly get in. Baltimore, they need to win out and hope that Pittsburgh somehow loses to the Browns. So I'm going Green Bay at the frozen tundra.
Yeah, I'm going Green Bay as well. Crazy quarterback matchup if that is the case. Willis didn't do that bad last week, though. I
thought he played well. I thought he played really well.
He was really
he's very
field,
athletic.
Running, very athletic. Yeah.
I liked him. I was like, gosh, I wish he was on the Browns.
I saw some people saying he's better than Love. I was like, yeah, jeez, he had a good game.
So I just wish Green Bay would have won that game, but they couldn't pull it out. But yeah, this week though, I think Green Bay beats Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm going Green Bay too.
Heck, they're even talking about firing Harbaugh or letting him go. I mean, I know he's had a down season, but his down season is because of Lamar Jackson, not because he was out, wasn't doing what he needed to do as a coach. I just find it hard to believe that they could find a better coach than Harbaugh to come in there and take over things, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, look at this next game here. People were calling for Tomlin's.
Yeah, exactly.
Earlier this season too. I'm like, shut up.
They're all wanting to fire him, even though this is his 19th season in a row that he's had a winning record, a 500 or better record. I mean, come on,
it's insane.
It's just stupid talk. Everybody would love to have those two coaches. So
yeah, exactly.
It's crazy to me, but yeah.
Yep. So, next year, the Steelers at the Browns, Huntington Bank Field. The Steelers are the favorite in this one by 3 points. You'll be there.
Yes, I will. Me, Philip, and Mr. Johnson and Johnson will be there together. So we'll be at that game on Sunday. It's hard to believe that they're only favored by 3. I know that Metcalf is out for sure. His appeal, he is, him going up and punching, swinging, and grabbing hair or whatever he is doing in the stands over there. Just absolutely stupid. It doesn't matter what he called you, what he said to you. It doesn't matter what he said or called you. You need to ignore it. You were 10, 15 yards away from him. You didn't have to go over to the guy. It's just, It's just stupid. And now, not only that, but his contract is
Mhm.
now not guaranteed anymore because he did conduct detrimental to the team. So when you do that, your automatic guaranteed money is not guaranteed anymore. So if the Steelers want, they could get out of the contract now. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, he could still earn the money if he's on, he's on the team and plays the games.
Yeah, yeah,
But they could cut him now at any time and not have any repercussions.
yeah.
So he may have really messed up because he played for cheap this year. I think he paid for like $11 million or $10 million, something like that. But in the years coming up, he's put 25 million. So yeah, he made a huge mistake. It's more than just $555,000, which he's going to lose over the next 2 games. So, needless to say, maybe that's why the spread is what it is, because I'm not sure why it is that way. But then again, I remember last year when I was at a game at the Cleveland Stadium when there was a snow globe going on, and Pittsburgh came in heavily favored, and the Browns whapped them one, with Jameis
Mhm.
Winston. Um, so I'm gonna still go Pittsburgh. I just think Pittsburgh's a better team overall. They are fighting to keep that spot in the AFC North. If they lose it, they open the door. So I think they're going to come in there. I think they're hungry. The Browns lost Judkins last week, which was very disappointing. Felt bad for the kid, but dislocated his ankle, which then broke his tibia or fibula,
Mhm.
one of those two, and then he had surgery
It's
this I
terrible.
think today actually. They said he should be back at be 4 to 6 months. So we'll hopefully he's back and ready to go by training camp. But um, I got to go with the Steelers, unfortunately, and the Browns winning. Actually, I really don't want the Browns win. I want them to keep where they're at, so the draft pick. But might as well just
Yeah.
go with the Steelers.
Yeah, I think I mean the Steelers should win this game here, but I think the Browns could win this, and I actually just kind of went back and forth on this one, and I think after thinking about it a little bit longer that the Browns could pull off a sneaky W in this one
Do it. Go ahead, do it.
against the Steelers. So I'm gonna do it and pick the Browns at home,
Oh yeah, thank
and
you.
maybe a big game for sure. They literally almost beat the Buffalo Bills last week. I mean, let's talk like
And they
within
played
3 points
terrible.
right there.
They didn't play good really
I mean,
either.
with
I they couldn't stop the Browns couldn't stop the run. Ever since they've lost
mm,
Collins at the defensive
yeah,
tackle position, they can't stop the run. Cook was
yeah,
running all over him, 2 touchdowns, 100
yeah.
and I don't know,
I
20
remember I
yards or
said that
whatever.
last week.
Yeah.
That my anytime touchdown was one of them was Cook getting 2 touchdowns, which he did.
Yes. Good for you.
Uh,
That was a nice call on that one.
yeah,
But
wish I
yeah,
would actually bet it.
yeah, I know.
Of
It's the way they
course.
always go that way. But anyways, yeah, it's crazy. So I don't know. It could happen. It definitely could happen. I didn't think it would happen
Yeah.
last year, but it
I mean,
happened. So
I didn't watch most of the game, but Shadur was. If people are saying Shadur is serviceable. Shadur is like good enough so that the Browns don't have to go out and draft a quarterback next year. What do you think about that?
well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. The only way I would draft a quarterback is if I could get Dante Moore. I would not take any of the other quarterbacks. Dante Moore hasn't played a tremendous amount, but boy, I see a lot of talent and skills that are needed to be an NFL quarterback. My worry is he just hasn't played that much. He's talked about staying, he's talked about coming out. I don't know what he's going to do, but I tell you what, the class of 2027 is going to be amazing for quarterbacks. But you can't rely on what's going to happen a year out. That's a long time to I think Shador deserves a shot at being the quarterback of the Browns. He still obviously needs to
There you
clean up
go.
stuff. He's only played 5 games. He never got practice with the ones until he was thrown in there. And I hate to say this, but Deshaun Watson is still going to be on the team next year, and he's going to be healthy. Today was the last day
Hmm.
they could have this year. I think they shut it down, and he'll stay on the pup list for the rest of the season and then go into 2026 probably as the backup if Shador is ready to go. If not, I hate to say this, he could be an option. It's just you just don't know. I mean, the Browns need so many
Yeah.
things. That's the problem.
Well,
They just don't
that
need a
that that's
quarterback.
that's that's the thing, and we can't just keep wasting picks on these valuable picks on quarterbacks. I think
Well,
with
they haven't.
Shadur,
That was a
we have
third and a fifth this year. The last time they
that's
picked,
that could have been really good people, really good potential people that we passed up on.
yeah, true. But the last time
Yeah,
they
that's what
used
I'm
the number
saying.
one pick on a quarterback was Baker Mayfield. So they haven't.
Hmm.
That's the problem. They haven't been using high draft picks, but they're losing out on people like maybe the offensive line or a receiver, and that's what they need a lot of. And obviously they're going to
Well,
have to
yeah,
fill some of the holes.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is Shadur is now like good enough where we can give him a chance, give him the off season, and I think having Deshaun as that backup, as that mentor in the off season, it gives even more reasons that if Shadur really isn't cutting it, then you can throw him out there as well potentially. And so I think
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
drafting offensive line and some key wide receiver weapons. We,
Hmm.
reload a position or two in the defense and roll with that. And if then the year after the quarterback's not panning out, then draft another
Yeah,
quarterback. You can't
I
just
agree with you.
every single year revolving door. So I think the
I agree
Browns have
with you
the
100%.
potential to really turn around. So I'm
They
kind of
could quick
kind of
if
excited
they
about
get
it.
the help they need. Yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
But this is what I think that they should really do for next year's draft. Right now they're third in the draft, uh, at 3-13. I think they
Tate.
should move down like they did this year, obtain another number one for next year. That way they have two number ones next year. So they'll still have two number ones this year, but move down one, 3, 4 spots, still get a good tackle or lineman or a good receiver in the top,
Yeah.
6 picks probably, and develop another pick for next year. That way we gave it a year for Sanders. He didn't pan out, or he did pan out. Great if he does. If he doesn't, then you're loaded with 2 first rounders for the 26 or 27 draft, and then you go from there because then it's make or break time. So that would be what I would do. But then again, I still think they should fire both Stefanski and Barry. And from what I'm hearing, they're not going to fire Barry because he had such a great draft class this year.
He
So
did have a great draft class.
he did. He did. But that
Yeah.
doesn't make up
Yeah.
for all the stuff that's happened the last 4 to 5 years previous when he got Watson and
True.
he gave up all the
True.
picks but then again a lot of
Yeah.
that was supposedly from the owner and
Yeah.
it's
It's
there's
I
so
think
many
it's
layers.
easier right now. It's easier to blame Stefanski right now because he's front and center, and I think
Yeah,
rightfully so.
and he's taking all the heat cuz the GM never comes out and talks. Usually the GM comes out and gives you a mid-season how things are going, what we're looking to do. He didn't do that
Uh-huh.
this year. And so Stefanski takes all the heat, whether he likes it or not. He's going to sit up there and be at the pinata. Now, do I think he needs to be
Mhm.
fired? Yes, because he's made terrible in-game decisions. So that's why he needs to be fired. But that's for another show. We'll get to that at the end of
Mhm.
the season when we have what do they call that,
Lots of
Black
time.
Monday, when they fire all the coaches that day, the Monday after the
Uh-huh.
season ends, and we'll see what happens from there. So
Yeah. All right. Let's stop
let's
talking
get
about
back to it.
the Brownies here. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Next
Gets my
year
blood
is the
gets my blood
Seahawks
pressure
at the
up.
Panthers. Yeah. Seahawks at the Panthers is the next game here. Seahawks are the favorite by 7.5 points. What do you think?
Phew. Well, this game has huge playoff implications for both teams. I mean,
Yep.
Seattle is just on a roll. They're 5-0 in the last. They're just smoking hot right now. They're going to travel cross country. That's basically as far as you could probably go is from Seattle to Carolina. So on a holiday week, but I got to go with Seattle. Their defense is great. Special teams, offense is rolling. Smith and Jigba, he got named to the Pro Bowl today. Got a nice little bonus. There's several of these players that got nice little bonuses from being named to the Pro Bowl today. And I just think Seattle, they want that number 1 seed. I don't see them trying to just, put their players in not to play kind of thing. Plus, if they get a bye, they have a long wait. So they rest their players then in between for the bye thing. So I'm going to go Seattle over Carolina to win this game.
Going to Seattle. Okay. I'm gonna go with the upset here. I'm gonna go with the Panthers. So I think the Panthers are going to win this game
Mm.
because they have a whole lot to play for to get into the playoffs here. Huge implications for them, whereas the Seahawks are pretty solid in there already. And so
Yeah,
the
but
Panthers just have
that bye is very valuable, and the home field advantage
yeah,
throughout the
but
entire playoffs.
sure.
Can you imagine the 12th man being in that stadium? They said that stadium was so loud with the Rams game last week; it was unbelievable. That is a
Mhm.
huge advantage, and I think they want to get that home field advantage. That's why I picked them.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I think the Panthers are going to win. That's kind of my one of my big upsets for the week here. So,
All right.
that's my pick. Next here is the Saints at the Titans. What do you think?
Well, right now, um, Tennessee has the 5th pick next year in the draft, and New Orleans has the 8th pick next year in the draft. So this is one of the turd bowl games. Um, obviously, Tennessee looked decent in that last week against KC. I know it's KC; they're struggling and everything. They came out, they scored some points. New Orleans has been looking really good too. But yeah, it's the battle of the rookie quarterbacks here. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go New Orleans on this one. I think New Orleans pulls it out there in Tennessee. Um, we'll see what happens, but I'm gonna take New Orleans.
Yep, I'm gonna pick the Saints as well. They're favored by 2.5 points there, so I think they'll get the slight edge there in Tennessee. Next one here is a lopsided game. The Patriots at the Jets. Patriots are the favorite by 13.5 points there.
Yeah, but once again, now this game here has playoff implications also. New England wants to get that number 1 seed. Uh, so we'll see what happens with that. I think this game should be a blowout. There's really, they still got that Cook at quarterback for the Jets. Henderson does have a head injury. A couple of the receivers have some hamstring and hand injuries too. But I still think I know that Diggs has some more incentives. He wants to catch some more balls and get some more yards so he get more money. I love these. That's what I love about some of these contracts is when these players they get incentive ridden contracts, which makes them really play harder. Diggs has been playing his butt off lately to try to hit these incentives, and he's getting $250,000 a pop or $500,000 a pop for this. And I love that when you put incentives out in front of people, they make them work harder and go for it. Which not only that, it makes do they make more money? But it makes for better games. So I really like that when players have incentives in their contracts for that. So I see New England rolling in this one big time.
Yep, I agree too. Nothing much to add on this one. They should really roll against the Jets. If they don't, be a fluke for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely their game there. Next is the Buccaneers at the Dolphins. This is a game that the Buccaneers are favored by 5.5 points here. Somewhat close spread. What do you think?
Well, once again, Tampa Bay, you think they're going to win. They got to win, right? It's a must win for them. They're going to win. But, because if they lose, they're done. They got to win both games to win out to get the playoff spot. So they have to win. Now, Miami, they had Ewers in last week as their quarterback. He did, not that great, really. And I know it's at home. Obviously, Achane is the cog in the wheel here. He runs everything. He does everything. He catches the ball in the backfield, everything. But I just think Tampa Bay has to win. So I got to go with the Buccaneers in this one.
Got to go with the Buccaneers. I mean, you got to think they can win this game here. Yeah, I mean the Dolphins kind of got
If they don't
blown
win,
out.
shame on them.
Dolphins kind
Yeah.
of got blown out last week by the Bengals. Yeah, Buccaneers. Yeah, honestly though, that a few games this season they really should have won where everybody was picking them. I remember definitely a few games looking back where all two or three of our picks are all red on the Buccaneers there. So
Yeah,
definitely some games they should have won.
they've
100%.
they've played me a couple times this year.
Yep. And just like this next team here that's played you many times is the Jaguars
Yeah,
here.
definitely.
Perfect
Guess what?
segue. The Jaguars at the Colts.
Not this week, my friend.
Not
I'm
this
taking
week.
Jacksonville. Not this
Good.
week. I know the Colts have a very do they have a chance at all to get in, Colts? Was it
The Colts, it was like so
3%, right?
small. It's like Colts have a 3% chance. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
even know how
Yeah, so,
what they need, but
once
yeah.
again, this does have playoff implications, though, for Jacksonville. Jacksonville still has the opportunity to get the number 1 seed. They still have the opportunity to get the number 1 seed. So, I think Jacksonville's gonna, play their players, and they're gonna have a great game. Travis Etienne, anytime touchdown. So I'm gonna go with, Jacksonville. I'm gonna finally learn my lesson, and, I'm going with them this week. Um, what's his face? The quarterback,
Trevor?
Trevor. He's
Trevor?
been amazing. Trevor Lawrence has been absolutely amazing. He's
Mm,
just running the
yeah.
ball. He's playing aggressive. He looks the part. He was playing scared at the beginning of the year, I thought. That's why I sort of like lost my interest in him. But I tell you what, and they signed Jacoby Myers. He's been a huge, huge pickup for them. I tell you what, the defense plays well. They've shocked me, to say the least. So I'm going Jags this week.
Yeah.
Close out those Colts.
Jaguars are very dangerous for sure. Huge win against the Broncos last week. I mean, you beat the Broncos last week like that. I mean, you're a top 4 or 5 team in the league, really. So yeah, I think they should beat the Colts here pretty handedly. I like 6.5 for this one. Colts kind of got blown out by the 49ers this past week there. So, yep, I like the Jaguars, and they're gonna roll.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Next is the Cardinals at the Bengals. Paycor Stadium there. The Bengals are the favorite by 7 points. What do you think?
Oh boy. I tell you what, Arizona has lost 7 games in a row now. At
Ooh,
the beginning of the year, they were losing games that they should have won. I think they totally just blew the whole thing. And they're just a team that's just going through the motions. I gotta take the Bengals. The Bengals, once again, they obviously looked pretty good against Miami last week. Burrow looked really good. He looked like he was enjoying himself. So I'm gonna take the Bengals to win this one.
yep, I'm taking the Bengals too. Bengals are definitely having more fun last week. Yeah, like exactly like you said, Arizona, they have nothing to play for. I mean, they're kind of gonna roll over here. I mean, they they should want to lose to get a higher pick if they can here. So, yeah, to going with the Bengals. Bengals want some momentum for next year because I think they'll be right back there competing for the division with Joey B back for a healthy season. They hope.
Dallas has just beat the Denver Nuggets 131 to 130. Great game.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
131 to 130. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Dang.
Yeah.
Might need to change the NBA pick. Next is the Giants at the Raiders. Raiders are the favorites actually here by 1.5 points at home. What do you think? What do you think in this one?
This game will decide who picks first in the draft. If you win, you don't get it. You lose, you get it. This is number 1 versus number 2. They're both 2-13. So for this game, I've decided to get out the coin to see who I pick. So this game is a coin toss. It is a coin toss
Yeah.
game. Like I said, whoever wins the game is going to get second place or second pick instead of first pick. So right now, currently, the Giants, by some tiebreaker scenario, have the first pick. So, and I do believe if Vegas would lose, they would still get the second pick. Sorry, if they'd win, if they would win, they'd still get the second pick because the Browns beat them. So that's what I think as of right now. We'll see what happens with that, but all these different tiebreakers. So here we go. Heads, Giants. Oh, losing our thing here. There we go. So heads, Giants, and tails,
Uh-huh.
Tennessee. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, it's heads. Heads
Heads.
it is. So the
All right,
Giants, I'm taking the G-men
Giants.
for the
Taking
draft
the
pick
Giants.
to go down to number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, well, I mean, really a 50-50 shot here. I mean, basically 1.5 points towards the Raiders. They're two of the worst teams in the league. I'm picking the Giants, actually. I think the Raiders deserve to have the number 1 pick and the title of the worst team in the league this season. And
Yeah.
so I'm picking the Giants.
Yep, that's what I picked too. Or I should say the
Yep.
coin picked it.
Yeah, the coin did. Yep, that's got to say something.
Yep.
Next one is the game of the week here. Really, it's the Eagles at the Bills. Bills are the favorite by 1.5 points. What do you think?
Well, Allen's foot is what concerns me the most, to be honest with you. They say he's leaning to play, but this is huge for both the Eagles and Buffalo, especially Buffalo, because I just think sometimes they look really, really good against some teams, and sometimes, like last week, not so good. I mean, obviously Cook did have a big game and everything, but they should have blown out the Browns. They are here. The Browns are down here. That game should not be this close. And then they looked good against who else did they play at home recently? Oh, that New England. They beat New England. Once again,
Yeah.
looked really good. But then they play these lower bottom feeder teams, and I don't know. So for that reason, since this is not a bottom feeder team they're playing at home, I got to go with the Bills to beat the Eagles.
With the Bills too, you're definitely right. They definitely played their competition. Growing up in sports, I had this often said to me in sports teams that you can play to your competition even though if you're clearly a better team, and that's definitely the Bills here. And they will. I think they'll show out against the Eagles in that one. Hopefully, Allen plays.
Yeah,
and
if he doesn't, if he don't play,
should be a.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, if he don't play, I'm taking the Eagles. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
I think we can both.
Yeah. There's no way
Yeah,
the Bills win with Mitch Trubisky. No, not happening.
yeah. I think we can both write that down.
Okay.
If Allen doesn't play for some reason,
we'll put in
switch to
the
Eagles there.
substitute alert. Substitute alert in case somebody don't play. Allen don't play.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Next here is the last game on Sunday night. We had the Bears at the 49ers. 49ers are the favorite by 3 points in that one. What do you think?
Boy, I'm going to tell you what, this game sort of scares me a little bit. I know San Francisco just had a big victory last night. Kittle got hurt in the game. He has a low to mid sprain in his ankle. I don't anticipate him to play. Do they want seeding and they want a chance? They actually still have a chance for the number 1 seed too. But Chicago is just, they find a way to win. And once again, that goes back to the coaching, just like in Jacksonville and Chicago. They got these new coaches, these great dynamic coaches that they find ways to win, and they have they have the team sucked in to really buy into the program. With that said, though, I do have to go with San Francisco. This is what Chicago's been one of those teams I've been picking against, and I think they're going to finally get beat this week against the San Francisco 49ers.
I disagree. I think the Bears are definitely on a roll right now, and they clinched the playoffs here, so still have something to prove here. I think every week that they go out there, and I think they're a really good team with and to be looking out for in the playoffs and everything. So I'm gonna go with the Bears in this one. Should be a close one and definitely a good game.
Yeah,
then finally, here's the Monday night game is the Rams at the Falcons. The Rams are the favorite by 7.5 points there. What are you thinking, Atlanta?
Well, Bijan's been playing wonderful. They do have Drake London back. I just think the Rams are too much for them. I'm almost positive that Adams probably will not play again for LA. They want to get him healthy. I think he is the X factor for them to advance far into the playoffs. But I still think the Rams just have more than the Falcons do. Even though this screams upset special at Atlanta on Monday night, I got to go with the Rams because I'm in love with the Rams.
Yep, you are. You are. Yeah, I mean, this kind of does scream upset. I took a double take on this.
Yeah.
I was like, should I be bold and try to make a prediction that is kind of out there? So I'm not, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick the Rams as well. Just saying to somebody earlier today, I was like, yeah, like the Rams are they're really good, and he stole it right on my mouth. I was like, yeah, Rams are that team to go to the Super Bowl for sure. And so yeah, I'm going with the Rams as well for sure. All right, that does it for week 17. What about some anytime touchdown picks?
I have St. Brown. He's going to actually score a touchdown, even though he did score one last week. Should have had two. I think St. Brown for a touchdown, maybe two. ETN for a touchdown, maybe two. These guys, I could see either one of them scoring multiple touchdowns. So St. Brown and ETN for my anytime touchdowns.
St. Brown, he's playing?
St. Brown, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I thought he
think
was
so.
on the injury report.
He's injured, but he'll play. He was injured last week, played.
Yeah.
So I just think he'll play.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, their season's on the
Okay,
line.
Yeah. I was going to say Woody Marks, but then you said he
well,
he's not
he
playing?
didn't play last week, and he's still in the injured thing. So I wouldn't say 100% he's playing.
I was just like seeing some betting lines, and he caught my attention. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do him. I guess I didn't know he was
Maybe he went
not
back this
playing
week.
there.
Put him down for one if he's plays. Take it. If he doesn't, don't.
Maybe, yeah. I do have two more here. DeAndre Swift for the Bears, and then also Harold Fannin. Harold Fannin has a lot of value. I think it was like plus 300 something for anytime touchdown there. I mean, the Browns rookie leading in reception for all time for Fannin. Pretty amazing stat.
I said he was a great pick coming out from BG, local boy, just 25 minutes down the road here. He's from the Akron Canton area. I mean,
yeah,
I've been lights out. He had that first touchdown last week, first one of the game, and he's had a great year. So I'm looking for big things for him in the future.
Yeah, you got to think Shedeur will definitely target him even more, especially in the red zone there, as Quinshon Judkins is out. So yeah, I think that's a solid one right there. So yeah, well that does it for the NFL and this week of the Robinson Replay. Like we said earlier, we'll be back next week, filming on Tuesday, releasing on Wednesday next week for all of those games with everything. But everybody, please have a very merry and safe Christmas and holiday season
Christmas,
here.
Everybody, we'll see you later next week. Watch lots of sports. Merry Christmas.